Все, стрим, все, стой, тихо. Не то. Так, быстро убираем. Так, сейчас просто. Сегодня просто киберспорт, и сегодня мы будем болеть. Погнали. Будем болеть за киберспортсменов. Мы будем, короче, смотреть, отвечать. Короче, все делать. Смотрите. Сейчас открывается, смотрим. Сейчас. Вот, все, погнали смотреть. Давай. Угу. Супер, давай. Супер, просто. Супер, молодцы. Сейчас вернусь. Straight to the point as well. Honestly, Safe Division are looking scary, and I'm sure backstage as well, many other teams looking on thinking, good luck in the upper bracket. But we're going to continue on with that bracket shortly to find out who is молодцы, братаны, молодцы. Так, теперь я за... Ага, все, молодцы. Так, он говорит, что сейчас будет следующий турнир. Нет. Сейчас показывает, что сейчас делал. Ну, сейчас, как они выиграли. Ну, молодцы, проданы. Они очень молодцы. Молодцы, давайте. Я за это, они очень сильные. Угу. Да, они выиграли. Все. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was picking up his Leon, and I still back it up. He's been dominating the EU region with that. Regardless of the 0 kills, it's hard to match up against a team like Zeta Division, even with your best brawler. This is what I love about events like the MSI. It's like, you know, when you're regionalized, there's one story to be told, but with the MSI, there's a whole world to consider. Today so far, Zeta Division 1 are really laying down the mantle early on. Вот это 100% выбрать. Все, я 100% выбрать. Все, я. Все. Yeah, exactly that. You know, they are really laying down exactly what they're made of at the earliest possible time to do so. But let's talk about our next matchup. Tribe Gaming EU against STMN. What are your thoughts with that one, Trav? I mean, we're from EMEA ourselves, so we're probably going to be biased. Это арк. Он популярный.
North America and Latam North and EMEA. The memes are going to fly. We know that much is going to be true regardless. Who are you predicting?
Я сейчас на vist.event.roster.com. Они сейчас, короче, я понимаю, что они сейчас болтают о... Я английский знаю. Английский все хорошо знаю. Они сейчас говорят про event.brawl.com. Голосуйте, получайте значки. Я привязался там и смотрю от вот этого. Они сейчас подготовились, сейчас 2 минуты осталось почти. Пацаны, девчонки, вот напишите в комментариях, кто болеет и за кого. За вот это турбо или забыл уже. Ну, короче, вот против там вот этих, кого-то я уже забыл. Блин, цвет забыл включить. Так, смотрим, просто... Я сейчас здесь все расставлю. Так, все было видно, слышно. Так. Все довольны. Все любят Brawl Stars, наверное.
He's got nothing to lose. That's all it is. Absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain from this game. if they can move on to these semi-finals, it's going to be absolutely huge, but they've got to remember who's waiting for them as well. Well, we're waiting for them, so let's get them on. Tribe Gaming EU and SDMN, please welcome to the stage.
Выходят, выходят. Братаны, выходят вот эти. Я за синих. Мне кажется, что я не успел, твоя мать. Я за турбо. Так, у них ограбление. Ну, понятно. Ограбление. Фрэнк.
I don't think that's right. I'm looking more about 55-45, that kind of sway in favor of Tribe Gaming, of course. That was my prediction, but it's a lot closer than what that percentage had to say. Just as
well. Я за турбо, я за турбо.
The coach for SDMN on a daily basis as you've been here, and you know we've been chatting things through a lot. I said to him that I feel like this could be the closest matchup of the quarterfinals. Actually, very little.
Я просто тишину, потому что я сейчас слушаю, что говорит по-английски.
Himself, Minnesota, looking to come together here and really prove their worth on the side again of STMN, Bobby OG, Tooney, and we know that they are also equally as fierce. Yeah, it's just great to see how these teams are going to be facing off such in an early round as well. And you know, I've discussed with multiple people, and they all agree that this is going to be the closest quarterfinal. At least I predict it might turn out differently, just as the last one did. But in my eyes, in a lot of people's eyes, this is going to be the closest one. I do feel that it will be very much the same story here. We saw the World Finals, no, it wasn't a great time for Tribe. They struggled a little bit going out in the first round, so they definitely want to best themselves here today. SCMN went further on in the competition and had better results, so that is surely going to be a scoreline that's going to be in the back of their minds here today.
Ладно, будем говорить. Сейчас, короче. Я за турбо.
And it just looks really, really good. The synergy's been incredible, and Yoshi was just that piece missing. Plays the aggressive brawls, and you know that's the kind of
бутылку вот так подбрасываю, видели?
Yeah, that first grand finals back in March for Tribe Gaming EU, where they did lose to SK Gaming, but they got to match point against no other scoreline.
Вот это точно уже в суперфинале.
The show, State Division 1 did get that clean sweep against Team Castle and didn't even drop a single death in Bounty the second set. So they are our first team in the semi-finals. When Ella can see who is going to join them, it's going to be either STMN or it's going to be Tribe Gaming EU. Well, make sure you get over to event.brawlstars.com as well. Ensure you've got your predictions in just before this game starts, and you'll be able to reap the rewards.
Короче, уже не дождусь вот этого боя.
And then the Chaos Cup pin comes in at 5,000, which you'll be able to get over these next few days. Yeah, and if you haven't received any from maybe the May or the April monthly finals as well, then they are still available and a greater chance to catch up to where we are today as well. If you are fortunate enough to have got them all so far, we've got double points here today, Trav. So even more in-game rewards once you sync up your Supercell ID to the site. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm not needing the catch-up time that's been provided. I'm 3K right now. I've been grinding out through those monthly finals through the first portion of this year, and I did manage to get them in. As soon as I hop off the stage, I'm going to ensure that I get my predictions in and make sure I get those.
Я за турбо.
Absolutely do, Trav. I want to see you flexing the pin on me, your rivals and your friends all around. As again, exclusive, absolutely exclusive players getting ready themselves, and looks like OG there had a bit of sound issues that we're going to be resolving very soon. It's great to be in DreamHack, Trav, honestly. I mean, I walked down to do the show opener
Толпа людей за.
to start the show here. It was absolutely insane. It's great to have such a fantastic crowd behind these fantastic players. From the little I've seen, it looks incredible. The atmosphere is great here as well. We've accumulated quite a nice crowd outside the Brawl Stars stage to watch the MSI, so that's absolutely great to see as well. And make sure, if you are watching in-house in DreamHack, don't go anywhere. We've got some more giveaways throughout the show as well. Oh, Trav, we've got a bunch of swag here in the studio for those who are watching here. And actually, before we started, some of those members of the audience trying to steal our Bruce from the desk as well. That's how keen everyone is to get their hands on that Brawl merch. Well, I think at the moment we're
Да
just
уже
going to get the players
начинается твое
all ready to
налево.
roll. For the meanwhile, we're going to throw it to Banks, who's going to be backstage.
Давай, начинай еще хоть.
Backstage, Ark, what are you talking about? I'm on the front of the stage. I see some of the seats are missing, people. That's outrageous. What's this guy's name again? That's what I'm talking about. We have some audience participation going on here. An incredible match so far that we've had from our first two teams, GG to Zeta Division 1. It's been absolutely incredible. But yeah, like Ark has already mentioned, alongside Trav, we have a couple of technical issues that we're going to be fixing very, very shortly. But, I mean, who doesn't love giveaways? So we've got a Bruce the Bear to give away. Bruce the Bear, handle him with care. Come on. No grabbing, no shouting. I'm looking at you, okay? I'm looking at you. And please do not forget that we
Да
also,
начинайте твое
you at
налево.
home, can go down to event.brawlstars.com and please check out the website, enter in all the polls because there are in-game prizes to be won. Like Ark has already mentioned, we have pins that are available in-game, so make sure you participate in that, earn those points, get those pins. And then you can show them off to your friends. Right, who wants to Bruce the Bear? Ooh, some quick hand gestures I've seen. I am going to throw him. If I throw him, promise not to fight over him, okay? You promise? No one promised. There is going to be a full-on brawl in the middle of this Brawl Stars event. And I'm going to go that way. Don't fight, don't blame me, don't blame me. All right, let's get some more while these issues are being solved. I'm going backstage. My hand is, I'm going to pretend like I've reached all the way and I've grabbed him. Oh, it's another bear. It's another Bruce the Bear. Exactly. I might go a bit rogue with this one. I might go further out. Just going to give the cameraman such a headache for leaving the stage. Or I should probably just throw it. I'm going to stay up here. Do not worry, do not worry. Everyone's just getting ready on stage. We have plenty of time. It's going to be great, okay? Who's ready for some competitive Brawl Stars?
Интересно,
I can't
покачаем.
hear you. Who's ready for competitive Brawl Stars? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Sweden. Let's go,
Давай.
DreamHack. Let's go. I'm pretty sure
Ура.
Dad just fought off a load of kids. Okay,
Сейчас
fair
будем
enough.
голосовать.
You get that there for your son. That is absolutely fine. I do not mind. I do not mind. How are we looking on the technicalities? I'm going to get some more giveaways.
Все, начинается.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Thank you very much. Спасибо.
Okay.
Да, вы сколько будете разбрасывать эти подарки?
I'm going to go over here, okay? To this general area. I'm coming off stage. Watch out, I'm going rogue. Can you tell me the name of this brawler? Yes, you can have him. It is Spike. Of course it is Spike. And there's a t-shirt.
Spike.
Okay. We're going to continue this incredible mid-season invitational arc. Trav, take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Banks, and kind of feel like standing here, Trav. There's definitely some perks to staying in the audience. I mean, I don't know whether I want to get swapped out later on today, but now I'm convinced that I kind of want to be there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my heads off and wrestle some of the kids in the crowds for some of these bears here. It's great to be in the crowd, so if you are further away and you can hear us, giveaways over here, comments it down, front row especially, you're gonna have a good chance.
Look at the way we're just converting members of the audience into the Brawl family as we speak. You'll love to see it. Plenty more that's came from. We've got a lot of swag here, Trav, and yeah, one of the perks of being in the crowd here. Well, again, getting rid of those technical issues along the way. If you're just joining the stream, it is STMN soon to take on Tribe Gaming EU, the titans of their respective regions.
Well, I mean, Tribe, coming in at first seed in EMEA, nothing to, kind of glaze over. They're an absolutely incredible team. Been very, very, very consistent through those multi-finals and qualifiers, not failing to get to any grand finals, qualifying to all of them as well. And STMN, they've had some issues. They've gone out in a couple of semi-finals. They did win one though, so that's an achievement in itself. And NA's been quite a fierce region too this year.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, they had a bit of a rough start to the year, obviously in March, where they reached the semi-finals, losing to Tribe, their biggest rival in NA, it was fair to say, on a 3-1 scoreline. In April was the grand final win for them, and that was a much better time. They actually beat Tribe in that monthly final, so a much better performance. It's Bobby, so G, and there's Toonie, as we mentioned earlier as well. Toonie has recently just left the roster, but with Zar, having some issues with his passport, Toonie did the right thing coming in, being back on the team is where you'd love to see him, and I know that he's super
Бедные там
excited to be here
стоят
as well.
уже, ждут,
Yeah, it's
когда
great to see those players
начинается.
playing. And amazing for him to stand into a team that he had left as well. So it's really just great for him to come back in, step in, and as we mentioned, you know, he's got nothing to lose. That's what's going to make him such a fearsome opponent, regardless of these kind of things. He can just get in, play. If he loses, I haven't been playing, and if he wins, then he's got some serious bragging rights.
Yeah, this is it. There is definitely something behind that. If they can get the win over Tribe Gaming EU today, and Toon's able to say, well, I wasn't even on the roster, really, technically. So, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing some intense drafting going on. I know that STMN were very secretive earlier today with me about what their thoughts were going in, and I know that Drake as well, definitely the mastermind behind the Tribe Gaming
Мне уже
draft.
50.
So, masterminds on both sides. It's fair to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard a bit of banter between these as well. Sword just said, don't worry, I'll screenshot some comps that we've been playing, send them your way. He's clearly just feeling a bit too confident about this game toward the coach of STMN, who is a real big help as well.
Absolutely so. I mean, it's great that we got so many fantastic organizations in the Brawl Stars
Я пока
esports scene,
посмотрю
and
здесь,
having the staff
чем Brawl
behind those
Stars.
teams and having the analysts and the coaches
Кстати,
playing
пишите в
that vital
комментариях,
role,
кто
especially
уже
that you
проходил испытание, потому
incorporated
что я
draft
еще не
into our
проходил.
format. It makes a big difference. And yeah, Tom just giving a sigh and Yoshi just looking calm and collected. It's no signs of too much emotion on the side of Tribe Gaming EU as they are looking pretty focused.
Serious faces all around, and can't get past the esports post, can you? On all of the pictures, arms crossed, absolutely loving it. Looks like they're, getting ready to play. And as I say that, we get to see the draft. Bans are in. Nanny, Janet, and Brock, and Eve, Ruffs, and Max. It's a 6-ban game.
Oh, you'll have to see it. Some big bands there for sure. Max, Eve, and Nanny and Janet are big factors here. Crow, as we know, probably going to be Tom, Trico, and Piper as well. But Tribe Gaming is a very long-range comp. We got some bigger brutes coming in on the side with SCMN picking that Daryl. Colette here is a key one for me as well. Really great draft here from SCMN, I feel.
Начинается.
Они
крутятся, дурачки. Крутятся они. Вот, пошел. Том. Я, конечно, за синюю команду. 55. Да. Я за синюю команду. Они уже выигрывают.
Tribe Gaming EU, and he's in a good spot for it. Bobby coming in now. Gets scrutinized for it, and a nice homing recipe there for the gadget of Drage.
Great shots by Drage to help Yoshi finish his lane. Now he should be able to force positioning over this right-hand side. There's nobody there to stop him, and if he gets control, it's going to be tough for Bobby to reclaim it as well. Same with Tom here. Daryl has got a super now.
Уже пока выигрывает, пока турбо.
And I think Tom kind of knows. He's hit a few shots, and another homemade recipe from Drage is a big move. Bobby's going to move in, though. Gotcha Gadget is making moves and getting some shots in.
And he can jump away if need be here as well. He might choose to. Nope, gonna keep going. Gets the top of Bobby. Mid dash and the one. That's a great defense. It's gonna be said.
Нет, все, у них ровно, поровну. Господи, мне страшно.
Surviving once more, bouncers coming around this side. Great play from him, and then now shot. Drage pinches in. Tom gets the bouncy castle off. Jump comes in from Yoshi, but gadget from Bobby Pop.
Блин, я боюсь, что сейчас не поровну будет.
Using the last of his gadgets, 2D using his as well. Now trying to push it this left-hand side. Stalemate, and the scores are even.
Yeah, they really are. There's one gadget remaining on the side there of Yoshi, I feel. Tom and Drage both all exacerbated in this quite an early stage of the game as well. Mark onto Drage. He's taking a lot of hits, and Bobby's in a great spot here with some damage.
I was kind of unsure about
Tom, бедный.
SCMN got some great position, but Yoshi is up the other side. I didn't realize OG's going to fall down up to Drage and Tom to defend. They have got the Rico, but the Daryl's on safe. Colette super comes in, and Drage's going to land directly back onto him. He didn't move away. Bobby comes in once more. Another 6,000 damage on safe, and they're in a wonderful position.
Great connection from Tom, but then Drage has to come with a pickup. That's a lot of damage dealt by STMN. There's only 25% remaining on the Tribe Gaming EU save here. What a fantastic push from them.
More from Tribe though, but Tom's looking like he's going to be taken down. 2D cycles his super, and Bobby slots into an aggressive position. Drage doesn't get the shots. Jump comes in. Takedowns there. Bobby uses super defensively, gets that as well. And it's looking like this one could be over. 2D has his super rolling in. Tribe nowhere to be seen, and STMN take the first game.
A brute force there from STMN, and the early control on the side of Tribe Gaming EU, but as soon as they lost that
такой
middle
дурачок
control,
я?
they really struggled to get out the spawn. It's the thing with Piper, it's a great brawler to have if you've got the ability to hold position, but if you lose defense, Daryl is nowhere that you want to be.
Не очень было.
Tom going to try slot into the same position as last time, but I think he needs to kind of take advantage of the fact that Tooney could not make these early aggressive moves until he gets his super, which is 30 seconds into the game. Tribe didn't really take advantage and get the damage from that position that they can get early on.
Вот, вот, отлично, супер, супер, супер. Они сейчас могут выиграть вот эти турбы.
Pretty even once more. There's the nest egg in the mid from OG. Tom trying to force this position over the left-hand side. Still no super from Tooney. But now Yoshi's going to get that break of the right-hand side.
А зачем переживать? Я же это...
Нет,
нет, нет, нет, нет, нет, нет. Давай. Опа, вы. Давай, давай, давай. Молодец. 80, отлично, 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 отлично. Капкан, капкан. Убивай, убивай, убивай его. О, нет! Нет, что он мне делал? Нет! 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 У них есть минута, давай. Давайте, 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 давайте. У вас минута. Вы сможете, я верю в вас. Нет, они могут проиграть. Что такое дебил?
Making the same move once more, and it works every single time. Bobby pushing in, 1,500 damage per shot. Soon comes in, damage gear activated as well. 3,600 on both hits of the super. Gotcha gadget is popped as well. OG raining down fire, and these bounces are going to be continuous. They're going to keep on coming through. Yoshi making the move, gets some good damage.
Они проиграли.
For the amount of time that's left with 30 seconds on the clock, Tribe are going to have to do an awful lot here to bring this one back. It can be done, but they cannot lose that mid again. They've got to get forward. They've got to get the lanes locked down. But as we say that, down goes Trey. Yoshi is weak on the left-hand side. Tom is holding strong, but the taps from OG are also landing on point. And I feel like here, SCM just completely pushed. If Tony wants to roll it, he will. And they still got to take care of it. There's not enough time, Trap.
Yeah, that is done. Tooney's going to finish this one off. Great game from him. Wonderful plays. Tooney's aggressive moves were just too good for Tribe to be able to deal with.
I said going in, I really liked the draft. SCMN knew that if they could just kind of keep being a pest on that Piper, it was going to eradicate things for Drage. And despite some early gadgets to try to assert their authority, it wasn't enough. And I really like that aggressiveness that we see early on here from STMN.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. I like Tribe's confidence. I love the Crow, love the Rico. Pipe was hitting shots. The only moves they made was when Drage did hit those shots, did get those pinches though. And I feel like Tom needs to be making moves on his own. I mean, having instant control of your lane needs to be used more.
Well, again, just goes to show Colette does not need the fire behind her even now. Just continuation damage there in Heisen. That's the thing with the game mode. You've got to find that fine balance really between being on the defense and going on the offense. And I think SCMN just got a better grasp on that, more of a firm holding of that, and just kept cycling themselves in. When someone went down, they started to push forwards even more. And just, you know, with brawlers like Daryl, with brawlers like Colette, there's so much shielding there to be had, so much HP to take care of, but it just wasn't there on the side of Tribe Gaming to be able to counter it.
Tribe didn't look bad at all. Look at the stats. Drage 86,000 damage with Piper, Tom 70k, but none of it's on the safe. Every time they got control, they were just trying to maintain it, and that one breakthrough play is going to really mess up the control they have.
Really great observation there, absolutely so. And just, you know, as you mentioned as well earlier on, just that time at the very early set of the game where Toon was owning super, that was the time really to really go on the aggressive to be up next. Gold on gold, which is the knockouts, of course, being the game mode. A brand new game mode this year, Trap, in the BSC.
I'm loving it so far, though, and I believe Tribe do like it as well as a mode that, you know, kind of takes that passive approach. You only get one life, and you've got to make really solid use of it, otherwise it's going to be pretty much all over for them here. SCMN one set away from winning it. It's a best of three, and they've got the momentum.
Again, that, you know, looking back at the poll there, we saw such a big margin in favor of Tribe Gaming EU there, and they've got to bring it back and knock it. It is a great game mode for them, I've got to say. I've seen them many times doing well here and able to keep their composure until those final moments. It is so important to do so, but again, the draft, it's so important to get right. Arguably for me, knockout is probably one of the game modes where you've got to really harness everything within your might to do so. If you get this draft wrong, then it really can be quite disastrous.
Ладно, я за Steam.
This map is kind of that throwers galore map, you know, Sprout,
Yeah,
Tick, if you can
so.
secure those. Even occasionally a Grom can sneak in, and we know how bad Grom is in the meta as well. Just shows how good throwers are on this map. You really need to take advantage of either banning them or picking them early on. There's going to be a coin flip. Whoever gets that coin flip surely is going to have the throwers banned out against them from the opposing team.
Well, there's one brawler in particular that shines for me is that Yoshi on that Sprout is a fierce thing, and I wouldn't be at all surprised to see SCMN taking no chances there with a ban on that. And we know that Tom as well loves to play Tick, so I feel like actually in terms of the brawlers that Tribe like to use here, that they're quite consistent with them. Let's see if SCMN pick up on those things. They are indeed going to be banning the Fang, banging Eve, and banning Tick. So they are banning Tick there. Bans on the side of Tribe Gaming EU are Piper, Bell, and Sprout.
In my eyes, I think we kind of guess who did have the coin flip here. I kind of imagine STMN had it. Because, you know, Tribe are banning out the Bell early on, they're banning out the Piper, they're banning out the Sprout. Whereas STMN, they're banning those later brawlers, the aggressiveness of Fang, the Eve, and the Tick. They're trying to leave a thrower open in the Sprout, but Tribe read it and got rid of it.
Janet coming in as well for the first time today. I cannot wait to see that. But Byron and Dow here, that is going to be really tough here for STMN. They've got to really eradicate that threat. And they're doing so quite well so far by pushing straight into the mid there, dropping the gadget as well, which is going to obviously deteriorate damage over time, but taken quickly care of. But I feel like Tribe needs to spread out a little bit or start to just kind of bring the pace down. They get towards the overtime scenario when the smoke starts to come in, they can really utilize their comp.
Yeah, Yoshi hit some really nice early shots as well. Should be fairly close to his super after those shots did tick down. Drage able to last out this round enough to get his super, which is going to be absolutely devastating in the late game for STMN if they don't get it. Tom should be on the road to getting his super as well there. Yoshi secures his, and STMN haven't got any yet.
Так, я засинил. Пока выигрывает. А, все.
Great splash by Yoshi to try and revive that push. OG did get tapped up by Yoshi once more. Bobby's low, but he's got the gadget. Tom hits some shots, though. Mike today gets the takedown.
Сейчас они выиграют, 100%. Да, выиграли. Молодцы, братаны, молодцы.
Takes to the air moment there, and it may have well just been able to save the lives of SCMN. Reese learning, I believe the players are still focused on the game, so I believe it's just the spectator that we're waiting to come back into play. But what a fantastic ending to that first round of knockouts. Again, we're just waiting for the feeds to come back, but the players are not deterred. They are still focused on the situation at hand, so we'll get back to you shortly.
Well, we're lucky it's knockout, to be honest with you. Should be a bit of a slow mode, so then we might catch the end of this explosive play. To be honest, you know, try and win it, it's going to be great for them, but if SCMN do, we're still going to have another round to watch.
Расслабились.
I think SCMN there looking a little bit like Tuni didn't find that situation helpful. It is, yeah, reading the body language, Trav. It's just OG.
Братаны, молодцы просто. Молодцы.
Yeah, well, take your hands off your iPad. It's looking like you have been taken down. Tom and Drage remain against OG, and this is a clutchable situation. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it with the spray damage of OG. Now Drage moving on in. Mike's there, but the flight is as well. Trying to make most of the use of his super as he can't use it next round if he does lose it. Goes in, lands on Tom, and the takedown.
Молодцы, братаны, просто сейчас куча. Молодцы. Можно так. Молодцы просто. Не могу. Кстати, мне 14 лет. Вот так. Телефон. Блин, у них раунд, я не вижу. Опа. Я могу приблизить, просто могу, смотрите. А что это раньше, не знаю. Так. Ага. Пока проигрывает. Давайте вот так, чтобы команда выиграла. 65, да.
Has the ball, but it's still a 2v2. Great avoided the super to keep himself in the mix. Tom is a dangerous player. My word, and Tuni felt that one hit hard as well. OG low. Tom though gets a clutch from Yoshi.
Сейчас просто 1 на 1.
It's OG against Yoshi in a 1v1 scenario.
Yoshi has the range though. OG hits some shots and he does have the burst. He gets it down. And SCMN take this
Так
round.
больше за команду, больше,
Doing it
больше,
again
больше.
instantly, and this is now in a bit of a precarious position for Tribe Gaming EU. It was a great start, but they did not finish strong as
Просто не
SCMN
люблю
started
Steam.
to feel out the pace here of Tribe Gaming EU.
We can't forget they remain with a couple of supers in hand as well, whereas Tribe are looking a little bit more sad on that side of things. Now managing to get it with that bow totem, rallying up and getting them some supers. Bow mines are thrown down. Bobby gets hit as well while trying to bait it out. Still one more to bait out though. Tooney is also going to get hit there as well. And now Drage has a super as well, ticking over time.
OG can take to the air if he wishes, and Tooney as well has the magic hand to connect if he can do it. Pushing back Tribe to the right-hand side of the map here and starting to hurt the situation. Drake's got his role now as well, and that is definitely something of a concern here for SCMN, and they're playing this very slow, very cautiously, and I think rightly so.
Tribe are backing off quite heavily though. They're scared of that pull. They're scared of all the damage that SCMN can rain down. The Rory comes in. He hits the pull and brings Tom Dorelli onto him as well. OG takes flight, but Drage is out of there. Hangs Tom out to dry in the process though, and he might be taken down, and it might make a 2v2. The heal comes in, but it's not enough. The injection hit OG, and now they're pushing Bobby. They should clean him up the super mission.
Молодцы.
Managed to win it.
Oh my word, the double takedown at the end there from Drage was on point, but I was, like you, Joe, very concerned by the fact that they kind of left Tom out there to take it all himself.
Давай.
The end result is what matters most. We are tied up in this round. If Tribe can win this last little game, this last little sliver, they will tie up the sets.
Yeah, Bobby doing a good job of zoning the bow away from the rest of the team. Doesn't want him to be in a position where he can try and get these mines.
Наверное, через 10 минут закончить трансляцию.
Yoshi needs to be wary of OG pushing down this bottom side, should I say. Bobby managed to pick up his super, which can be deadly in the closing seconds.
Drake's got his roll there, and he does tend to favour the top part of the map for Red to get a longer distance to travel straight onto the Rico, which is probably his preferred target here. Very little sign of super there. Good tap there from Yoshi onto Tooney. And again, keeping that gene eradicated is a key moment here for Tribe. They've got to really take down the healing abilities of that brawler.
Yeah, Tribe supers have been the money makers though, and they're definitely lacking them at this point. Yoshi picks it up with a good
Блин, давай.
OG takes flight, but Drage is going to be traded out. Yoshi has his
Натупит.
He's ready for him to land, but he has to use it defensively. OG gets hit. Tom trying to get the trade out before he goes down. OG falls, but Bobby moving forward.
Они
Gets it, and Tribe even things out.
Молодцы.
Beaver there as well. A scream from Drage. We are all tied up. It's going to come down to Brawl Tribe.
Просто вылетел. Молодцы, братаны.
Well, we did say it was going to be a close one, probably the closest one of the day, and it's living up to that hype as well now. 2-0 in the first set, 2-0 to the other team in the second set, and now we are going to be all down to Super Beach to decide it.
Some highlights as well. There were some fantastic moments, some very, very clutch endings here as well. And that moment there, that's why I thought that OG maybe could have gone to the air, but I think reserving it is never a bad thing either. But it was so close on so many of the rounds there. And very, very little winning totals we said coming into this one.
Yeah, just some great clutches by Tribe in the closing seconds. It looks like they were going to lose a couple of those rounds as well. I believe when he said he could take flight, I think he still was ticking down from the Byron damage, so probably would have fallen down at the same time regardless and not be able to drop that. But Bomine clutching up there as well, because he could have turned that around.
Oh my word. Well, stats on the screen are big in favor of Bobby and Yoshi there. Average damage very, very high in their favor. Drage as well, you know, was being more passive. You've got to be really with Daryl. It is a brawler which you want to bring out towards the very end, and Tooney as well on the side of being the main healer, the main force of trying to get that magic hand to connect. Makes a lot of more sense as to why those stats were a little bit more on the shallow side.
Yeah, well, it's kind of looking like those long-range brawlers were getting the majority of the damage, whereas Drage was just...
Brawl. Сейчас Brawl, наверное, досмотрю и, наверное, уже все, я уже.
To get some damage and allowing Yoshi to come in with that splash to have that vital turning point.
Well, Super Beach is the map. Brawl is the mode, and
Не
as we know,
страшно
Trav,
уже.
this one can be very fast and furious and over potentially as well very, very quickly if you're not able to hold your ground and provide a solid defense. Overtime as well as a consideration here. All the cover, all the boxes, all the push will be eradicated in that stage of the game. So you've got to kind of think ahead, you know, and then the comps as well can make a big difference with that. Do you want to go with a comp that's going to have a really explosive early game, exacerbate a lot of gadgets and get that early goal and then just play some solid defense? Or do you want to buy down the clock? Do you want to wait for overtime and then try to make it a longer ranged affair?
Yeah, well, I'm intrigued to see if, SCMN and especially, Tooney living up to his name of playing those tankier brawls. I'd love to see an Ash come in on this map. It'd be wonderful to see how EU fares against the NA Ash that is so notorious.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The memes are riding high today. And yeah, I mean, you know, we hear a
Что, у
lot
них там
from
началась?
North America and
Блин, ну
Africa.
давайте
You know,
быстрее.
you've only got to go to Twitter to kind of be able to catch up with all of that. Are we going to see it or not? That's the question. And if we do see it, how are Tribe Gaming EU going to be able to defend it? So I
Давайте.
can't remember the last time I saw them playing it, but again, you know, teams have been streaming in private and bringing out all their
Всё,
magic
начинают.
tricks. So, okay, they're actually banning it. Ash ban for Tribe, as well as Squeak and the Barley.
Ну здесь точно эта команда. Желтая. Фу, какая желтая. Синяя. Спайк, Фэнк, Барон. Точно выиграют. Но хотя у них они выбрали самых сильных бойцов.
Honestly, I think that's, you know, especially in Brawl, you can do a ton of work. You're actually going to go with the Fang, and that was actually a Brawl that was banned in the last game mode of knockouts by ST-Men, so that could be something which they will be giving away to Tribe Gaming, so they want to bring it out. It's a bit of a high-risk brawler, but one that is still very, very good on the assassinations.
За синюю. У меня 70. Я крутой. Давайте мяч заберите. Они почти умерли. Блин, они могли забить. Они могли.
Sandy, so only one more remaining, and that's actually a really fantastic thing to keep on the defense. So if Tribe do start to gain some momentum, they may not have that to hand. That's something to consider. The ball being punted now is a wise move as Tribe are gaining some good momentum, and SC-Men need a reset. This is a great positioning of a point of advantage here for Tribe Gaming if they can capitalize from this.
Well, it's not common to see that. SCMN throw down a super and Tribe take control of the Sandy super. They put a Gale Twister on the ball to try and keep it in the corner, play for the late game. They see the Fang, and they know he wants those walls up, not down.
It's a great comp from SC-Men in the defensive sense. You got the Sweet Dream Star, the Sandy, you got the Twister from the Gale, and you know, and they're being put through their paces. And this is the thing; they're trying to buy down the clock, and that's all they can do at the moment. Now, starting to get some control, bring the ball forwards, and maybe some max speed will help get quickly back into the mid.
I think regardless of these walls going down, though, they do still have the fire and they have the spike in the overtime. But Tuni's trying to make a move now. Sweet Dreams is there. And then again, the stun from the Yoshi gadget. He says no with the roundhouse kick. Dashes forward and OG falls low too. Gets the takedown. What a phenomenal defense.
I can't believe that. That's the first time I've ever seen a Sandy stun on the offensive not pay off. You've got to hand it to Yoshi there, the way they handled that situation, as that would have been a disastrous time to concede. As now Yoshi goes in, gets the roundhouse kick stun, and Tuni goes down. OG and Bobby got to defend now.
Splash missed by Drage again, though, using that new gadget as well to have more shots come out, but Bobby falling low. Yoshi's not going to go for the ball. He leaves it. He sees Tuni. Doesn't want to feed the Sandy super before overtime. Knows they had some defensive Bobby anyway, so keeps it there, and they're going to play the patient game.
That took a lot, really, because I was thinking, why would you not get the ball out then? But they want to get this overtime, take down there, and have a clean swipe for the ball here. 10 seconds remain, and we're going to be going into it. Bobby knows full well that Trump got a very, very good position here. Tuni as well, getting a lot of damage conceded, goes down for it, but there is the sandstorm there, trying to protect there with the twister from Bobby. Good defensive, but how much longer can they hold on, Trav?
Yoshi falls low, they're going to have to retreat. Bobby coming in with the super as well, so don't want to come too far. They want to stay away from the walls. Tuni's going to grab that off the twister as well, and now they're pushing. Yoshi comes in, gets the stun though. OG falls, and Tom trying to work for a super. Yoshi comes in again, gets some good damage. They're both low as both those damage gears are activated.
No страшно. Tribe Gaming EU, Tom has his now, but that would have been a great time to have a long shot at the goal. Bobby is low there as well as Tuni. The forcing of the positioning power of that spike, so he's forcing it onto the right now, but taken care of now. It is a tough spot. I don't know where this is going to. It could be a good time to try to
сейчас проиграет.
Rage needs to hit some shots. He's getting taken low. Sandy coming in to sweep things up. Gale coming in. Shots and knockback. He didn't get the stun. Yoshi still there. Just Tom. OG's going to go down to the super. Rage is there. Can he get the splash in time? He takes it.
Нет!
One shot from the defense. SCMN going to match point.
Oh my word, how did this team hold on so long on the defensive? I've never seen the defensive quite like it, taking it all the way to overtime and then keeping their composure. Match point then for SCMN. Tribe on the back foot. They had so much ability of control, but they just were not able to get a goal, Trap.
Yeah, they looked so good throughout the game. Tom gets a big shot in there, though, kicking things off in this next game. OG's going to fall low. Face shift to forward, though, just Rage. He's been missing a lot of splashes. I think he did it once again there. Yoshi trying to pinch back, though. OG's going to fall down. Tuni going to fall low as well. Is going to be taken down. Tribe should establish control.
Well, sure, now Strange and Tom start to swap over lanes and consider their options here. Yoshi coming back in off the spawn. Life blast still remains on the right-hand side, which could provide some healing, but the speed there from OG bringing Bobby and Tuni quickly down their lane side, and a push coming in. Sweet Dream start to Yoshi. Kills from Rage.
Yeah, he's not going to mind that. He's not going to mind the stun. He got in fairly close vicinity. He should have cycled a little bit of his super at least. Super comes in from Tom over the left-hand side, gets some damage onto the Gale. Drage with another splash in hand, but I will say once more he's been missing them quite a lot.
Well, attempting to bring the ball out now is Drage and Yoshi on the healing side. Might not be a great time here as the speed from OG comes in. Bobby as well, look at that super. Running one shot away from it now. It's a disastrous moment here. Tribe, no, they've got to pocket the ball here. Drage all on his own. Tom coming in, full HP, but
We're the casters, they know best.
nice shot down there from Tom on the left-hand side lane, and OG as well trying to earn that super. Him and Drage both about the same level of HP as a connection shot from Drage. Will take them down further. Ball on the left-hand side gets that takedown, and right now though, no sign of the ball. That's the problem. We've got 50 seconds on the clock, and Tribe is still playing defense.
Yoshi has got a super, but so has Sandy. Throws it down. They need to take advantage of this moment now. Drage is still going to remain low. Has a super though, and Yoshi does as well to deflate this push, but need to make use of both of them.
Sandstorm goes down, OG creeping his way forwards. Drage connects with the splash there and forces him back. Yoshi goes in, stuns out, Tuning gets the takedown. That will change things. Ball still in the corner, 30 seconds on the clock, and they've got to start to push this one forward because the Gale here is dangerous on the side of Bobby. You want to eradicate that brawler going into overtime.
Drage hitting those necessary taps. 3 over the right side to provide the speed, but moving on the left. Yoshi's trying to keep that ball away. Tuni going to move in, but taken down as well. OG gets hit hard by Tom. Making the move now. Drage hits the shot. Yoshi moving forward, but Gale has the super. They have the defensive measure. Drage falls as well, so no backup for the tank.
And no supers on the side. Trying to get a goal scoring position here, but now Tom has it. Can't be pushing for it because Bobby's range is too much of a threat here. Look out for Tuni if he gets that Sweet Dreams. The Sandstorm coming in as well. It's going to be a big threat here. He's pushing forward to the ball. Yoshi goes in, gets the takedown, 3 versus 2. But OG and Bobby are looking so aggressive still.
Yoshi remains. Drage gets the hit required for his super, which is going to be a big move in this last portion of the game. OG has his as well. That is a big move waiting to happen. They have the super. They push it forward. Tom's going to use his super scout out to slow him down the way through as well. Bobby is going to get hit by the splash. No healing really in the time. Yoshi uses the super. He defends, but Bobby knocks back. He falls. Bobby forces the ball in, and STMN win it all.
STMN then through to the semi-finals. Off to face up against State Division 1 later on today. And Tribe Gaming EU, the #1 seed of EMEA, exit the competition in the quarterfinals.
Devastating loss for them once again in the early stages of a LAN event, but STMN sticking true to it. They win the game. Very, very close, I will say. They brought it back, but then shut down directly in Brawl Ball.
Well, Trav, we've got to confirm the social media is any vibes greater than the EMEA vibes. A great day for STMN as they continue on, similar to how they did in the World Finals last year, forwards leaving Tribe Gaming U in the dust.
Yeah, very unfortunate for them once more, but STMN thoroughly deserving the win, I will say. Played absolutely incredibly towards the late portion of the game. They knew what they had to do. That was very close, by the way, and that was an incredible moment for STMN to score that. It was very, very close, I will say. Just in the closing few seconds, they knew what they had to do, waiting for overtime and taking advantage of the extra range.
It really came down to Brawl, you know, Tribe made great opportunities for themselves, but they didn't capitalise and go for the goal, whereas STMN just pulled down the clock every single time, knowing full well that if they get to overtime, they can make it count, and that's why Gale was such a great thing to draft, and likely to be one of the first brawls they did draft, as we know in Brawl Ball. Gale is a big, big threat.
I've got to say, though, it can't be in an early draft, otherwise they wouldn't pick Fang, surely. Maybe Fang's usually picked later on in the game, so it's surprising they actually did that. Well, there is the goals. Bobby scoring all of them.
But donuts on the side of Tribe Gaming, not a goal scoring opportunity. Well, goal scoring opportunities, but none that were capitalized on their side of things. But yeah, I am thoroughly looking forward to how our semi-finals are shaping up. State of Division 1, STMN, that's going to be a big one.
After those performances, I mean, definitely so. Zeta looks incredible against Queso, and now it was that win for STMN over Tribe EU, really proving themselves as well, because Tribe EU have been a force to be reckoned with in the EU region, and as you said, there's a few memes back and forwards here and there between NA and EU. Maybe NA is superior.
Maybe. Well, we're going to find out definitely in the semi-finals because they have got themselves a big challenge still to come. But what a great start for them. We are going to be lining up our next matchup for you guys over at home. We're going to throw to Barney for a moment. We'll be right back.
That right there, that is how you kick off the mid-season invitational. That is right. For those of you at home, if you're only just joining us, we had our